Welcome to
Every day it's macaroni.
I'm Joy Alford Brand.
And I'm Juliet Connell, and we're the hosts of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
This podcast is a look at the lighter side of life, where we talk about our adventures as a modern blended family.
So sit back, relax,
And prepare to have your funny bone tickled. Hello, listeners. Boy, do we have an extra special treat for you today. But before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give this video a like, a share, and subscribe to our channel while you're at it. That helps us create more fun content for you, our one and only listener. For those of you who are new here, these episodes are based on the recordings of the weekly dinners I have with my husband, Ron, his sister, Julia, who is also a co-host of this podcast, and their 80-year-old parents, Al and Lita. We have a bunch of funny stuff to talk about in this episode, including Lita and her white glove inspections. You heard me. So let's dive right in, starting with Lita giving Juliet a compliment.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So Monday night dinners have been a little bit spotty lately.
Yep.
Because we've been traveling and we've been doing stuff. But one of the things we've talked about a lot in the past is how your mother never gives you a compliment.
Well, yeah. Okay. Because, perfection is hard to achieve.
That is true. That is true. Not according to her, though, because...
No. I know.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to have a problem with it.
Well,
But she did recently give you a pretty good compliment.
Really? Was I around?
Now, you weren't around. She's not going to give you a compliment to your face, generally speaking.
Okay, because I was like, I don't quite remember that compliment, but okay.
Well, that's par for the course, right? She rarely gives you a compliment.
Yeah, usually the one I get from her is, you are a lot more patient than I am. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I would agree with
I
that.
at least take that as a compliment.
I think that's true. I mean, yeah, I do. Because you take more after your dad.
I guess that's our one compliment, I guess.
Well.
Our one,
No, in a lot of ways.
It's our one good quality.
Well, in a lot of ways. No, there's a lot of good qualities there, but you do take after your dad, mostly.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to stop with that.
Yeah, because that isn't always a good thing, listener.
No, that's
according
not true.
to my mother, anyway.
Well, Aldo.
Aldo. My dad will get in trouble, and he'd be like, yeah, Al, I can't believe you do this, this, and this. And then she'll look over at me where I have been completely quiet. And she'd be like, you're the same thing. I'm like, what?
Well, we did a podcast episode about that.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. I would have to look at the list because it's getting pretty long now to
I know.
refresh my memory about which podcast episode
And
that
you're
was.
better at it than I am because I'm like, wait, what? Did we actually talk about that? Yeah, I guess we did. Oh, yeah. In podcast number 16, you're like, what?
Okay, so I'm reaching back here a little bit, but this is important. I did not want to pass up the opportunity to talk about this compliment, okay? All right. So here it is. Here's the big compliment, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
This is the big one.
I'm listening.
All right, here we go.
Did I miss it?
You are already stepping on sand.
Wait, mistake.
And just for clarification, I was not there, right?
You were not there.
Okay.
That is correct. Well, it was our first time doing all this, so...
I think it was so beautiful of Juliet and Ken
Yes, very nice.
that they did all this for all of us.
Yes.
What?
They spent on and off and did this and that.
Okay.
So my thinking is I appreciate what they did. They invite all of us.
Yes,
they want
absolutely.
family to be together.
It was very nice of them to do, yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah.
And with that, I'll cover the whole thing.
And that covers the whole thing.
You can only be very particular on everything that you want and how you want it if you are only one person. You go by yourself and you eat it when you want it, you do what you want and blah, blah, blah.
Very true.
And if you're not ready to do that and forget about details, then might as well stay home or go by yourself.
Yeah.
We have to be very flexible. That's the word.
You heard it
You
here.
have to be very flexible. And if you are flexible, people will enjoy you.
That's very
And you will
self-aware
enjoy
of her,
every
isn't it?
minute that you spend with them. We are so lucky.
Now, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said?
Go ahead. Rewind that.
Okay, yeah, because this is important.
Replay that.
Oh, listener, this is a
tape.
big one, right? This is a big one, okay? Because, like you said, this is a very self-aware moment, right? Okay, because she's saying we all have to be flexible, right?
People will enjoy you, and you will enjoy every minute that you spend with them. We are so lucky that we have kids and that we have family together. Instead of being punching in June, and we are together having a wonderful vacation.
It's true. It was nice. A week at the beach was very nice.
All right?
Yes, for sure.
And
the weather was good too.
Oh, it was great.
It didn't rain.
Perfect weather, not too
and
hot.
amazing.
Not too hot at all. Yeah.
And I was so happy, just even with the water getting to my knees and going, ah.
So, there it is.
Nice. They had a nice trip.
Very, very big one. Very big compliment. Very, very big. Okay, now, of course, that can't be the end of it.
Well, no.
No. Because one thing we've never really talked about is your mother and the cleanliness thing.
Did we not talk about her bleaching that whole shower?
Oh, here it comes. Okay. So, a little bit of background on that. Lita tends to be
A germaphobe.
a germaphobe.
Everything needs to be clean, but clean at her level, clean. And if it's not at her level, then it's not clean. So,
Yeah, this is one of the things that I've observed about her over the years. Didn't she put on a white glove and give you the white glove treatment?
yeah, for a little while there, I think I'm not quite
You
sure.
act like it's a nonchalant thing. Not a big deal. But could you imagine, listener? You cleaned your room, and here comes your mother with a literal white glove.
Yeah, it was. It was a cotton white glove.
Yeah.
And she put it on, and I was like, fine. I cleaned my room. And she would be like, okay. And she would, like, if you had books on a desk, she would pick up the books and then swipe. Because, a lot of us just go around the books or whatever, or around the lamp. Nope. And maybe she caught a tiny bit of dust. And you're like, okay. Then one day, I do remember her going over the door frame. Now, that was not a place that I had ever thought. But now, of course, it's in my head. So I do that occasionally, too. But
Wait a minute. Not with a white glove.
Not with a white glove. Not in my own house.
Okay, so.
I know what I clean and I don't.
Okay.
I avoid those areas.
Yeah, but you got kids too, so.
Yeah.
You're not going in there and white gloving them.
No.
So she comes in your room and she got the white glove on her hand.
Needless to say, people, I had to dust.
Wow, how did that go? How old
But
were
I
you?
was the duster. I was the duster in that house every Friday night because I had no life. I was the duster. I'd take everything off, put it back on. And that's how I really got good at redecorating everything. Because I had to take everything off and every book had to get dusted separately and every lamp. And so I would take everything off and then I wouldn't necessarily put all of it back in the same way.
And that was okay with her?
Yeah, she didn't care.
As long as it was clean.
As long as it was clean and it looked good.
Okay, now, how old were you at this point? I mean, the white glove. How old were you with the white glove?
Middle school, high school. Yeah, something like that.
Middle school, high school.
Yeah,
So,
somewhere
not
around
like, I don't know which is more traumatizing.
No, not
though.
like 7 or whatever, no.
I don't know which is more traumatizing, single digits or you're a young adult.
Yeah, no, I was more like a young adult, maybe 13 or somewhere around there, 12, 13, 14.
Now, did she pull this stunt because you were in Civil Air Patrol? No?
No, she pulled that because she probably saw it in somewhere. I mean, my mom gets inspiration. She's always looking. I mean, that's important to know that she's always looking to better herself so long as she agrees
Sounds like
with it
a
all.
little bit of a tyrant. A little bit. Teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, well.
There's a joke in here about cleanliness being next to godliness.
Oh, right. Right. Yes. Well, on that note, God was all over the place at our house.
Still to this day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's still...
For the things that she can still do. I don't think she can vacuum too easily anymore. So they did get...
somebody to come in and help them out. And she talks about that a little bit in this clip. Okay, so I started off with a compliment.
Yeah. Because I wonder how that poor maid is being inspected.
Well, yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's find out
I'd
how
like to hear this.
Lita feels about her
Oh, boy.
housekeeper. Starting with the trip to the beach. I don't know about you, but I'm happy to be home.
Yeah.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Did you guys like that place?
Yeah.
The house it was all right, but it was very disorganized matters, and I was expecting that you paying so much money that they will have somebody and do really clean, right?
Well, I think part of the...
But
part of
I
it
don't
is
know.
you've got to find a place that takes dogs.
yes,
So if they're going to accept the dogs, including
That's
theirs,
right.
it's not going to be
Including theirs.
the Ritz Carlton.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
It's
to
gonna
mention,
be-
I found it really clean, except for when we got there was a little hair on the floor, because I do remember seeing that going, wow, our dogs haven't done that yet. But all the countertops, all the toilets and the sinks, I mean, everything was like
Oh, no.
clean.
No. Maybe in your bathroom. Maybe in our bathroom. But their bathroom, she has something to say about it.
Oh, boy.
No,
A little
if
more
I have
durable.
to go again, I'll go, and I didn't have problem, and I won't have problem again. But the truth is that I was expecting, my goodness, the shower, it was with black in between the corners and that is why I told Papa, paper, same thing. There are no napkins, there are no tissues, there's no
You gotta bring all
toilet paper.
Yeah.
You gotta bring all that.
So
Yeah.
that's all right. I mean, that's all right. It's not a big deal. He went in at that, and then we had papers, towels, we had all the things that we needed.
Because I had to take him to the
But
supermarket.
yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
they're paying a lot of money for this, and whoever they have for do the cleaning. So you go to a company and you say, I want this place clean, and then it has to be somebody that goes and say, yeah, they did a good job. Or no, that, and that. Okay. And that's it, that would be solved. But I think big businesses, they don't have the time or whatever. It's like when comes.
This is what she's talking about.
She
housekeeper.
hasn't been here for 2 months now. But anyway, when she does, she goes, let's suppose,
Oh, boy.
a window. And she goes, cha 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 cha.
That's what she does? She makes all that noise?
Huh?
She makes all that noise?
No, but you know, okay, go like that. And then I said, look, go in the corners, go up, and it's a corner,
Oh, my God.
and then it's the corner.
She's talking about
Because, poor thing,
In the window.
I mean,
Poor thing.
we get along beautiful.
She's a maid, but she doesn't know how to
But-
clean, so I'm going to teach her.
Choose to go in the center of the, for example, cabinets and go like that and leave all the corners. You know, actually it looks better when you don't do anything, at least it's everything even. So,
So is she not cleaning for you anymore?
no, she does, but where was the reason? Oh, she had the flu, because she comes just once a month, that's it. So 1 month she had the flu. I said, don't worry about it. Then another month she says, you know, if you don't mind, I prefer to work with my husband because otherwise he has to hire somebody else to do this. And I said, that's okay. Go work with your husband. And if he doesn't work on Saturday and you want to come, I'm going to be home, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, if you want to do that.
A lot of people don't want to work on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't want to be watched
Right.
while they're doing their work. You know what would be really good? If you're not home. So tell me the days you're not home, and those are the days I'll come. Because that's probably what it is. Can you imagine being that poor girl? She's coming in to clean, but to have someone sit there and stare at you while you're doing it,
Right.
I'd be like, I'm not getting paid enough for
I
this.
know. Right. And give you pointers.
Right.
Like, this is how this should be cleaned.
Hey,
You missed a spot.
You missed a spot. You know what? You could do better if ... I don't know that she's looking to improve that way.
No. Okay, your mother, she's tidying it all over the beach house, but it's not just her that has something to say. You have to listen a little more carefully, but quite often, your dad also has something to say.
Oh, yeah. One feeds off the other.
To a certain extent, I think that's true, but your dad definitely has his own ideas and opinions about things.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
For sure.
And he is not shy about telling you, I like this, I don't like that.
Right.
But he also had a comment about the beach house. This one I particularly enjoyed. Because when you go inside, up on top of the cabinets and around the top of the room, they had tchotchkes.
Oh, right.
Also, this place is at the beach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of humidity. There's a lot of just
Yeah.
people going in and out, leaving the doors open. So it's just almost a little bit of indoor-outdoor living.
Right.
And so things get a little less than clean.
I think when you're staying at a house, they want to make it feel like
little more
someone
homey.
lives there.
Right.
So they start putting junk all over the place. And this one had its fair share of junk in it. I mean, there were signs, pirate signs, and there was this, and there was kids' toys all over, and games all over the place. And then you're right. They had all these glass mugs or tchotchkes that you buy at the local beach stores and whatnot.
Like
and they had
souvenir
them
shops
all-
and stuff. Shell things and
Yeah,
stuff like
and they
that.
had them all laid up on the very tops of the kitchen cabinets, which I always think is a bad idea because you put something up there. Now you're going to have to take all of it down and you're going to have to clean all of it.
Or not,
and
or
then
you can just leave it there.
put it all up. And they chose, option number 2.
They did indeed.
They left it up there.
They did. And here's what your dad had to say about it. No, here's what Juliet had to say about the kitchen tchotchkes. Yeah, your dad and I were just talking about the Marty Moose mugs.
He went to go pull it down and then he left it because it's covered.
Yeah, it's covered in grease and sticky.
He's like, I wonder if they're original. And he goes,
Yeah, your dad was like, did you see the moose from Christmas Vacation up there? Yeah.
what, Booty? All right, does he have to go anymore?
Up along the cabinets, they had a bunch of different tchotchkes. And one of the tchotchkes was a Marty Moose
Yep. Glass.
cup. Not a glass, a cup, right? So, okay.
What, wasn't it made out of glass?
Yeah, it was glass.
Oh, yeah.
But it was not, it was a cup. Anybody who's a fan of the vacation movies, which I really am.
Yeah, Lampoon's Vacation.
Right, yes. No. National Lampoon's Vacation, Juliet.
National Lampoon's.
Oh, my God.
Lampoon's Vacation. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
So anyone who's a fan of the National Lampoon Vacation movies,
To be exact.
they know what I'm talking about. The Marty Moose mug from Christmas Vacation, where Clark and Cousin Eddie are in the room with the Christmas tree and they're drinking eggnog out of those Marty Moose cups, right?
Yeah.
I, personally, happen to have a set of 4. Okay? But I keep them nice and neat and clean.
In the box.
In the box. Yes, of course they're in the box.
And then never use them.
That's not
I'm
true.
just saying.
I do use them at Christmas time when I'm drinking eggnog.
I've never seen you drink eggnog.
That's because you've never been over here when I've had them out. Because they're special to me. And I keep them in their original box because that's what normal people do with collectibles.
Because it's a collectible, and when she turns 80, she's going to try to turn around and sell them for $1 million.
Heck no, I'm never selling them things. No way. I'm keeping them forever because they are really cool.
They're amazing.
They are. Don't make fun of me. Okay, that's all right. You can make fun of me. That's fine. Okay, so those Marty Moose cups, there was at least one, maybe two, because normally they come in a set. I'm just saying.
Right.
But there were a couple of them on the top of the cabinet. And your dad, who's a pretty tall guy, I spy a Marty Moose cup, right? Because he likes Christmas Vacation too.
Yeah.
We play that movie every year. We go over there to put up their Christmas tree, right? So he sees it and he, ha ha ha, look, there's that Marty Moose mug, ha ha ha. And he goes to grab it. And it was covered in a fine coating of grease. And then over top of that, dust.
Yeah.
And he, aw.
And then he touches it and then lets go. Yeah. It was just gross.
It was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
And then he, ha ha ha, aw. Then it wasn't funny anymore. He's like, aw.
Ooh, that was dirty.
But I found it to be very funny. And unfortunately, I wasn't quick enough on the draw with the recording. So I didn't catch what he actually said about it. But it was in the moment. Here he is. He's ha ha. Because inside, your dad is still like a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing, he likes those kinds of jokes.
He hated when Looney Tunes dissolved. You know what I mean? Like when that Looney Tunes store closed down. Remember that? And then they had, like a Tweety Bird and all of the
It wasn't
all of
Looney
the
Tunes. It was
characters.
the Warner Brothers store.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The Warner Brothers store. So he used to love that store. That's where we went to get him his Christmas presents. Around Christmas time, and he comes over and he's all, all whatever. I bought him a really nice
the scarf.
Soft scarf. And
Yeah.
it's like a Scottish plaid because my dad loves plaid. Right. So got him a Scottish plaid scarf. And then it has like, I can't remember if it's like a Tweety Bird and a Sylvester. On it. Those were his Sylvester and Foghorn Leghorn were his 1 and 2 best characters out of that whole thing.
Well, listener, this just goes to show you that Juliet does not look at our Instagram account. And apparently none of you are either. But I'm just saying. Okay. On the Instagram account, I have a picture of your dad wearing that scarf. And it's not just a scarf. It's a scarf and a hat.
Does the hat have a Looney Tunes on it as well?
Yes, I think so. Now here.
I know
Let me check. Let me quick draw Instagram
He
here.
has 2 like caps, wool caps, and those are Irish wool caps.
No, this is Looney Tunes.
Okay. Either way, we used to.
Oh, wait, I'm
Go
a
ahead and
ding
get
dong.
him
Maybe it's
stuff.
not in our Everyday Macaroni. Maybe it's in my personal Instagram. Uh-oh. And here I yanked your chain about that.
That's right.
Aw.
Look at that.
Well, wait a minute. Let me scroll and see if I can find it.
I think there's a picture of Aaron and my dad, and he's wearing a cap and he's wearing that scarf. We'll have to add it to our Instagram page.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean you.
Oh, there it is. See? I told
Does
you.
it has a thing on it?
Sylvester
Yeah.
and Tweety, and it's red and black plaid.
Well, that's the scarf, right?
It's also,
Is it on the hat too?
maybe not, because I can't see the top of the hat. Maybe not. But yeah, so if you go on my Instagram, my personal one, not Everyday Macaroni, mea culpa here, my bad. Here I yanked Juliet's chain, wrongfully so. But it's on my personal Instagram. You got to scroll down because it's years ago, before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And he's wearing that scarf, and he has a hat that matches, but I can't tell if it actually has the same Sylvester and Tweety
I
on
don't
it.
know. I can't remember.
But it's cute. Yeah, and he wears it all the time. Now, he has also...
He's got a ton of hats.
He has a ton of hats, but he also has a necktie
Oh, yeah?
that has cartoon characters on it. And
He hasn't worn ties in a while.
well, we went somewhere, and I want to say it was to,
Someone's wedding.
yes, and he wore that tie.
I can imagine.
So, yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, that's his thing. All right, listener, now we come to the final clip in this podcast episode, and I think it's pretty funny. I'm pretty sure you will too. Here's what happens when I get trapped and Lita decides to kiss me. Now, we change gears just a little bit because we're coming to the end of our recording today. So, your mom and I have an ongoing power struggle about the hugging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the world and my mom have an ongoing power struggle about the hugging.
Maybe so. A lot of people don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, again, case in point.
I don't think I even mind it. I don't mind it. It's just when there's a certain expectation, maybe. I don't know what it is. Like if
It's extortion. That's what it is. It's emotional extortion, listener. That's what it is.
If someone comes up to you and hugs you, you have no problem. I don't have a problem. During the holidays, I hug my friends and people. I'm like, oh, this is so great. But there's something about the way she does it or asks for it or I don't know, that it makes you second guess like the hugging. You're like, oh, which is so weird. Just really strange.
Well, she and I have gone round and round about the hugging and kissing for a lot of years, right? I've told her I'm not a hugger. I'm not a hugger. I'm just not, right? Yeah. Well, too bad, so sad, because if she wants to hug you and kiss you,
it's coming.
Yeah. Well, she thinks. So normally I try to get away. I hide on the other side of the house, right? This time I was trapped. And I just had to tolerate it. And so here's what happened.
Lee,
Okay.
Oh, this is when they're leaving.
Oh, sí.
because we gotta take Santini out.
Oh,
you
sí,
know.
sí.
Yeah.
All right.
Okie-doke.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you on Wednesday. Oh my
I
God.
see your way.
Yeah.
I want a kiss.
What?
I want a kiss.
For what? No. For what?
What's the matter with you?
No,
What's the
no.
matter with you?
No. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you guys are good.
And another one for Ron.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Okay?
I'm dying.
Okay, then die. Okay, die. Oh.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell him that you accosted me. I'll tell him.
Okay, my chuchi.
Now. There you go.
There it is.
Oh.
Love you. If you need us for anything,
Easy.
it's
Yeah, see? I got trapped.
Jeez, Joy. Why don't you like it? I don't care. I'm going to die. I'm dying. Who cares? I'm giving you a hug and a kiss no matter what. Die.
Yeah, die. Go ahead, die.
Oh, my gosh. That was hysterical.
Yeah. Very good.
Sorry. I just sat
So
and
am I.
watched.
Yeah, you did just sit and
I
watch.
just sat. Well, what was I going to say? No, hug me instead.
Hey, Ma, leave her alone.
Normally I do.
No,
But-
she doesn't. That's a lie. No, you don't.
If I were to have said that, okay, lowest person on the totem pole, lowest. What do you think I would have gotten?
You know what? You could throw yourself on the sword.
I'm already on the sword.
Well, that is true. That is true. Just like a cocktail fork. That's right. All right. And on that note, listener, I think we're done.
Yep,
We are done for tonight.
I know. Happy family adventures.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes.
Well, I got trapped, listeners. It's a trap. There's no other way to say it. I couldn't get away no matter how hard I tried, and she kissed me twice. But I'm still alive and kicking, so I'll live to hide another day. There's nothing like a main course of extra well-done meat with a heaping helping of brutal honesty, topped off with a sticky sauce of emotional extortion. Put it all together, and you get our weekly Monday night dinners. And I really wouldn't have it any other way. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing a laugh or two with us. Stay tuned for more everyday macaroni adventures on future podcast episodes. And if you want to see some pictures of us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching @everydaymacaroni or #everydaymacaroni. And now you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search Everyday Macaroni and our new channel will pop up. If you want to shop for some fun macaroni merch, head over to everydaymacaroni.com. Don't forget, if you have a blended family story to share, email us at info@everydaymacaroni.com and put the word share in the subject line. You can also call us on our macaroni fun phone at 919-729-2043. Your story might end up on a future episode, and how fun would that be? Super fun. Finally, don't forget to give us a good review and download your favorite episodes. A share would be nice too. The more interaction we get for the podcast, the more episodes we can post. Again, thanks for listening, and join us for the next episode of
Every day.